Today marks 5 years since the so-called Unite the Right rally where white supremacists descended on Charlottesville, Virginia. The images from that weekend are seared into the national consciousness. Men carrying torches in the night, chanting anti-Semitic slogans, violent clashes between far-right groups and counter-protesters, and then, of course, the death of protester Heather Heyer, killed when a self-proclaimed admirer of Hitler rammed his car into a crowd. Heather Heyer's mother, Susan Bro, joins me live now for more on this tragic anniversary. Susan, I'm sure it's a difficult time for you, so thank you for taking the time to talk to us. I know that you spoke to ABC News on the first anniversary of Heather's death, and at that time you said that you turned to activism rather than dwelling in hate or anger. So how do you feel 5 years later?
That's still my focus. Why dwell in pain when you can make a difference?
And so last year, the statue of Robert E. Lee was finally removed. That was kind of what sparked this whole event. How else has Charlottesville changed since that weekend 5 years ago?
I don't live in Charlottesville, and I stay out of their business. I see that the activists there are still struggling with issues of getting fair housing. The city government looks like it's struggling, but again, I don't live there, so I stay out of their business.
Now, your daughter's killer was convicted and sentenced to life in prison. Did that give you any sense of justice or closure?
There's never closure, but it did give me a sense of justice.
Now, you talk about your activism. What is it that you are focused on now? What do you want to see changed, and what are you fighting for?
I work with several groups like the Leadership Conference, the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under the Law, and ADL, SPLC, and we are all kind of focused on education of people, particularly regarding hate crimes, with the passage of the Jabara Hire No Hate Act in 2020 and then implemented this past year. We worked to make a difference with hate crime reporting, with police departments, with city governments, just trying to move forward and to prevent hate crime rather than reacting after the fact.
And what was it about Heather and the way she lived her life that inspired you to go in this direction with your activism?
Well, if you knew Heather, she was very persuasive. She was very deeply passionate about what she felt, and she would explain things in a way that you understood them, and she would share some sense of that passion while also knowing her facts, her statistics, and could cite sources. You know, she wasn't just running on opinion. You just really couldn't refute what she pointed out to you. And so I began to look at the world differently. I studied under some strong Black women in Waynesboro, Virginia, the RISE organization there with Chanda McGuffin and Sharon Fitz, and just began to study and look at things through a different set of lenses. And once you see the world differently, you want to create systemic change. You want to make lasting change,
well,
not
Susan,
quick fixes.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Unfortunately, we are out of time,
okay.
But we appreciate you taking that, you sharing that story with us, and you sharing these lessons with the country and the world. Susan Bro, we appreciate your time today. Thank you. And again, our condolences to your family.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.